In this video, I'll explain the basics of segmentation, and at the end, I'll share some sample segments you can use to get started. Sound good? All right, let's get into it. Segmentation is when you divide customers into groups based on shared characteristics or behaviors. Now, there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach in every case, but I'll tell you a good place to get started. To me, the first step in segmentation is defining your target audience. Try to picture the kind of person you think would benefit most from your product or service. If you're not sure, you can start by asking yourself questions like, how old is this person, or what are their interests? If you have a good amount of customer data, check to see what your ideal customers have in common. After you have a clearer image of your target audience, you might feel that it's still too broad, so you'll want to narrow your focus. There are a bunch of ways you could segment your audience, but I'm going to break it down into three main types. The first one I'll cover is demographics, which is grouping customers together based on traits like age, gender, or location. Let's say you own a clothing store and you want to promote your winter collection. Location is an important demographic condition to consider. It'd be tough to sell a winter coat to someone in warmer climates. Or, if you're hosting a sale or event at a physical location, you can target to people nearby. Another type of segmentation is behavioral. This is based on your customers' actions, such as purchase history, website activity, and email engagement. Maybe a customer frequently buys roses from your flower shop. There's a good chance they'll buy again, so why not send them a message announcing your next rose sale? Alright, the last type of segmentation I'll mention is called psychographics. This category is about interests, values, and personalities. When your customers sign up to receive marketing emails, they can choose which type of messages they're interested in. I'll use the flower shop example again. This time, a new customer indicates that they want to get emails on gardening tips. You could send them messages with tips and tricks and highlight some of your gardening tools. By providing valuable content with a relevant product, customers get what they need to make a decision. There are a lot of segmentation strategies that could work for you. If you want to learn more, check out our marketing library. It's open to everyone. Next, let's continue to narrow our focus and build specific segments. Your marketing goals will inform the conditions you choose. I like to think of conditions as the rules or qualities that make up a segment. Could be data like average order value or tags like farmer's market event. To start off, we'll say the goal is to get prospects to make their first purchase. So we'll target people who have clicked on a specific landing page but have never made a purchase. A landing page is a single web page that stands apart from the rest of your website. Visitors land on this after they click through an email, ad, or another digital source. Folks could also reach a landing page by scanning a QR code. Now, let's imagine there's one product on the landing page, and the offer is 10% off your first purchase. Even if a visitor clicks on the Shop Now button, they might not be ready to buy. Sometimes all people are looking for is a little more information. So send this segment an email that has more details on the product, and don't forget to throw in a reminder of that discount. No matter what your current focus is, we all want to hold on to our customers. If your goal is to increase loyalty, identifying high-value customers is a good starting place. Your conditions could be something like this: customers who've spent $1,000 or more in total. Or, if you have access to predictive segmentation, you could get an estimate of who is likely to spend the most money over time. If you want to try out predictive segmentation in Mailchimp, it's available on standard plans or higher. So far, I've talked about prospects and current customers who are still engaged, but we don't want to forget about lost or lapsed customers. If you'd like to reconnect with them, try building a segment based on the last time they opened an email or made a purchase. We'll say you want to target customers who haven't made a purchase in 6 months. An exclusive offer for a new product could win them back. The more special you can make a customer feel, the better. So in the messaging of your email, emphasize that they'll have the first chance to buy. I think of this as offering early access. To make a segment like this even more targeted, you could bring in demographic data like location and age. You also have the option to add psychographics, which is anything that reflects a customer's interests or personality. Through a survey, you might learn that some customers value products that are easy to use. With this in mind, you can craft a message that highlights how your product is intuitive. Let's chat about some of the challenges of audience segmentation. Even with quality data, you'll have to adjust your segmentation strategy as your audience changes. So set aside some time to regularly evaluate your segmentation criteria. As you're doing this, check to see if your customer data is up to date. Are there any email addresses that aren't working? Do your tags or labels still make sense? That sort of thing. You also want to be careful about over-segmenting your list. Adding too many conditions can narrow your target to just a few customers. And with so many different criteria, it can be tough to tell where segments overlap. When you schedule an email, it's important to know which segments to include in the do not send or suppression list. If you don't know, someone could receive a similar message more than once, or they may get too many emails altogether. Lastly, over-segmenting could lead to a lack of focus. It can take a lot of time and resources to create content, so before you make emails, consider your return on investment. In the end, you might get the most value from targeting a few key segments. To sum things up, audience segmentation helps you target the right person with the right message. When content feels personal, it can create meaningful interactions that resonate with your audience. So you can think of segmentation as fueling long-term engagement and building loyalty. Now, as promised, here are some sample segments you can use for inspiration. Feel free to pause here and grab a screenshot. Let us know down in the comments how you're using segmentation. And if you like this, we've got plenty of other videos to help you with your marketing journey. So click on the suggested videos to keep things rolling. Thanks, y'all.